guys, I'm having like a little marathon filming day because I have got lots of videos to film today. So today's video is, in summary, I saved somebody's life through an eyesight test. Actually, I've saved two people's lives through an eyesight test, and the patients have come back and told me themselves afterwards. So I wanted to just stress the importance of having your eyes tested. I'm not advertising myself. I'm not saying you need to come and see me. I'm just saying generally, like, people need to have regular eye tests. A couple of weeks ago, I was testing. I had a full day of like patients. One of my colleagues came up to me and she was like, okay, this man's come in downstairs and he's got headaches, he's got dizziness, and he's got blurry vision all at the same time. And it started 2 days ago. Last night he went to A&E. They advised him to come in for an eye test like as soon as possible. What do you want me to do with him? And I was like, no, it sounds like I need to see him straight away. So I walked the patient into like the clinic and I just said to the staff, like, look, we're going to run a little bit late, but we need to see this man today. Just happened to be me that like picked up his record and took him through. So he had dizziness. Like I said, he had started getting dizziness about two days ago with a really severe headache that seemed to be moving from like the front of his head to like the back of his head. Then he said that his vision was quite blurry, like more so blurry in one eye compared to the other eye. And actually we'd only tested his eyes in September, so we hadn't tested his eyes that long ago. So when we saw him last time, his vision was like perfect in both eyes and he didn't need any glasses. This time round he comes in and I'm looking at his vision on the chart and I'm thinking, you really can't see as well as you were seeing a few months ago, and it just seemed a bit weird that his vision would change that quickly. So I had a look at the back of his eyes and I couldn't see anything wrong. Did a couple of other checks, couldn't see anything wrong. Did one last test which involved him going outside the room and doing one other test. I also wanted to photograph the back of his eye just to see if there was anything else that was different to last time. Everything kind of looked the same. One last test that I did showed me that he had random patches of like missing vision. So it kind of explained why he couldn't read the letters on the chart that clearly. I said to him, look, I need to refer you like really urgently, and I ideally need somebody to see you like today. And he looked at my name badge and he came back into the room after he'd done the results of another test. I went, I'll need to explain this to him properly. So I took him back in the room and I sat him down and I said, look, I need to refer you like quite quickly. I don't actually know what's wrong. I can't see anything wrong with your eyes. All I know is that something's causing you not to be able to see properly, something's causing you headaches, and something's causing you like dizziness, which you've never experienced before. You're not a headache sufferer and it's just a bit weird. And then he said to me, like, Trisha, like, just be totally honest with me. What are you thinking? And I said, we've got kind of two ends of the scale here. So it could be like a really bad migraine that's causing you the dizziness and the other symptoms, or it could be growth behind the eye that I can't actually see. All I know is something's causing you symptoms, but I really don't think there's anything, as stupid as it sounds, I don't think there's anything wrong physically with your eyes, but something's stopping you seeing. And I said, if you haven't had headaches before, then it could just be a really bad sort of visual migraine. But I'm not entirely convinced and I don't know what's causing it. So all I know is I want someone to see you like straight away. So I referred him and then I kind of didn't hear from him again for a couple of weeks. His wife phoned back this week and basically said that he had a brain tumour and that was what was causing all of his symptoms. So the day after I referred him, he was contacted by the specialist people and they said, look, we haven't got an appointment today, but we're going to see you like the next day. The next day after I saw him, he started getting like more dizzy spells and he started getting like more severe headaches. She said that because of what I had told him, because of what I had said, and I'd said, look, potentially it could be like a growth behind the eye that I can't see, and that's why I can't take a risk, like that's why I need to refer you. Because I said that to him, his wife was like, look, the optician said it could be this, we need to go to the hospital straight away. So she took him to the hospital and they referred him to another hospital, and basically he had brain surgery. He had this tumour removed from the middle of his brain. Yeah, and his wife basically phoned to say, look, if the optician hadn't said this and warned us that it might be this, my husband could have died. And we just wanted to phone and say thank you so much for saving his life. But you know, the weird thing is I have never ever in my entire life of being an optician, I have never ever told a patient that I thought it could be some sort of growth in their eye or the back of their eye or anything. I don't know what possessed me to tell this man. Like, I've never ever and I always was been told, like, you know, if you think something like this, you shouldn't really tell the patient because you might scare them, you might make them panic, you might, you know, like, you might cause them to get really stressed, you shouldn't tell someone that you think they might have a brain tumour. And I don't know what possessed me to tell this man that he might have had a brain tumour, but I did, and I'm really glad I did, and I'm really glad that he asked me. So even though I have never detected anything like that before, the symptoms just didn't feel right. So moral of the story is just, if you have any symptoms that just seem really weird, if you have headaches and they don't go away and you're worried about them and it's quite unusual for you, please come in and get your eyes tested, because I feel like that is something you should do. Another guy actually a long time ago who said that I saved his life as well, he was having really weird like blackouts in his vision, so he would randomly lose parts of his vision during the day and it was getting progressively worse. Turned out he had loads of blockages in one of the main arteries leading to the back of the eye, and that was causing him to lose his vision like temporarily. Again, he had to have surgery done on the vessel to like get rid of all this plaque build up in his vessels, and the surgeon said that I prevented him having a stroke, and possibly could have been a lot worse. So yeah, please get your eyes tested regularly. I'm going to do like a little bit more of an eye series because I just feel like it's stuff that I know about, and it's stuff that I get requested quite a lot. So another video that I've been requested to do is for like pre-reg optom students, and I obviously have a lot to say about that because I was a pre-reg and I'm a pre-reg supervisor. So I feel like I've got a lot of information that I would want to tell like a potential student. Carry on watching. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any suggestions, let me know underneath, and I will see you guys in the next video.